I wouldn't go so far as to say that Interbike Saturday rides are hard. They're just harder than a lot of races that I've ridden in the past sometimes. They're a bit variable, but this one on the 25th of May 2024 was just a particularly fast one. So for some reason it really got a bit of a bee on the bonnet, and as you can see, this is early on, heading out from Copford. We were really tanking along really at this point, so we're in a line out. Half the group's actually already decided that this is silly and they're a bit behind us, and I'm hanging on the back for grim death. By the time we got to the airfield, my infamous bike handling is coming into its own, and I'm hanging further off the back and just desperately trying not to get dropped going through the corners. And as you can see, the pace is basically unrelenting, so we're just flying along, rapid changes, except for me, my only position is the back. At this point we're now heading towards Tiptree, and we're actually on the Ride London Classic route, and this was the day of stage 2, which came through this area, so you'll see some of the marshals in a second. And we were again still maintaining the pace, so we were riding very, very quickly along here. And as we went down the hill, we were doing 53 kilometres an hour there, so it's fast. And then we went up the hill without losing very much speed really. So as you can see, there were not so much little digs as fallen attacks, I would say. Poor old guy is struggling to hold the wheel here, and I'm struggling to close the cap, so I'm trying to go through and claw him back slowly. I haven't got any real speed in my legs nowadays, so all I can do is just sort of go through and try and gradually close it down. Somebody else attacks, and it's all a bit mad really. But eventually I got back. Some of the others didn't, and by the time we were over the top of this climb we were down to 4. So we actually caught the rest of the group, because the group tends to split into 2, not everybody rides like loonies, and we caught the rest of the group, the slower half, just a little bit further up. It's leaving Tiptree on Tuddick Road, and pace is still high, so I'm again sort of really counting the seconds away now until I get dropped. I think I'd probably realised that I wasn't going to stay with those 3 for the whole rest of the ride. This is the faster stretch, now heading towards Tolsham Major. I'm not really a brave rider, I never have been. I'm now less brave than I ever was, because I find that falling off hurts a lot more nowadays than it ever used to when I was young. And this is a very weird surface, with the road being broken up at the bottom of the tight bend. I left a gap on that, and that was the end of it, because I was never going to close it. You can see my heart rate here is 148 beats per minute, which is threshold for me. And so, you know, I'm certainly not going to do it with 43 kilometres an hour. I've got nothing else left to give. So it's going to be a long, lonely ride for me now. So there's not much very exciting happens after this, because I'm completely by myself. I stayed clear of the rest. This is Great Totham, the busy Tiptree to Malden Road, and the right turn that I take is the only thing that resembles a climb on this circuit. It's not a hilly circuit, but this is a climb of sorts coming up. And then it was just a question of wending my way back. So this is Copford. Busy Saturday morning traffic. And then finally back to Marks Tay and to Interbike. I'm not sure how long the other three had been there. Quite a while, I suspect. Anyway, all good training.